I hate a dumb movie, but I absolutely love a dumb movie that knows what it's trying to be and has fun with it, which is the best compliment I can give to the Final Destination movies. Now on its 6th installment, the Final Destination films have a clearly defined premise. Each film follows a different set of characters who are haunted by a deadly curse which kills each of them in a bizarre, elaborate death. The deaths are delightfully overcomplicated and unfold in deliberately convoluted ways. It's the type of movie where two people can be playing football, the wind knocks the football into the air, the football strikes a tree which has a chainsaw hanging off it, and the chainsaw falls toward the ground and kills whichever victim is unfortunate enough to be targeted by the curse. The deaths are implausible, unrealistic, over the top, and if Bloodlines proves anything, it's that 6 movies in, it's a concept which has yet to become stale. Unironically, I genuinely believe the Final Destination franchise has one of the best concepts in horror cinema. Whereas lesser horror movies rely on sudden jump scares, the Final Destination films lean into the terror of impending doom. The feeling of sinking into your chair in anticipation of an impending car crash which you know is moments away. Whereas most slasher films want you to ask yourself who's gonna live and who's gonna die, the Final Destination films tap into something even scarier. Tapping into a horror even more truthful and universal, the inevitable and inescapable nature of death. A terrifying, unseeable force which claims all of our lives and is ignorant to any of our attempts to outrun it. In Final Destination, you don't outsmart death by making the right decisions. Because death doesn't care for our status, our smarts, our career, our morality in terms of good and bad. It comes for all of us sooner or later, and it's a stroke of brilliance for a horror movie to capture that feeling. Fictional storytelling is all about setup and payoff, an idea which is essential to Bloodlines as it is with every Final Destination. Seeing each death unfold, sometimes from the most banal and unexpected circumstances, is always fun. Directors Zach Lipovsky and Adam Stein are the right people to capture such moments. During conversational scenes, the movie is visually bland, but it comes to life during its set pieces, with a kinetic, active camera which masterfully tracks each step which leads to inevitable death, as if capturing the birth and growth of a living organism. Audiences might squirm in their seat and turn away from the screen countless times. I know I did, but the camera has no intention of doing so. It's a brave, fearless observer which doesn't obscure itself from the horror, delivering on the bloodiest, goriest set pieces you will find in the genre today. In particular, the 10-minute sequence which opens this film is a delightfully gory standout of not just this movie, but of the entire series. And it all has to do with patience, as the sequence takes its time to set up and then deliver on an absolute onslaught. Dramatically, the movie leaves a lot to be desired. The Final Destination films have always been riddled with cliches, and this movie is no different. The story leans on family drama, but it's the type of family drama you would find in a soap opera. There's an estranged daughter, a deadbeat parent, and a loner brother who doesn't show enough interest in his sister. It doesn't make any of these tropes feel authentic or subversive, and their portrayal on screen is as one-dimensional as the description I just gave. Its main cast of characters, with the exception of a fun, reverent performance from Richard Harmon, are all forgettable, and none of these people are likely to be the next Neve Campbell or Jamie Lee Curtis. Then again, Final Destination Bloodlines will be far worse off with a genuinely sympathetic, well-defined cast of characters. I want to wince in terror as someone dies in one of these movies, but above all else, I want to enjoy it. The last thing I want in a Final Destination movie is to have a death weigh on my conscience. With that said, there's one moment of dramatic heft in this movie which comes from the appearance of Tony Todd, the horror icon who played the OG Candyman who passed away less than a year ago. Not only did I enjoy his performance as a fan of his iconic work as Candyman, I also found it to be a touching, bittersweet send-off for a man who has played such an essential role in horror cinema. An appearance made even more touching with the context of his unfortunate passing. During this rare moment of emotional depth, I found myself wishing for a more well-rounded movie. One with better developed, fleshed out characters, one with a more unique story, one with better written dialogue. And this movie is none of these things. It does not reinvent the wheel for the franchise and instead delivers on the same thrills it has delivered in the past 25 years. If I had to guess, this movie will convert roughly 0 people who didn't enjoy previous entries in this series, but it doesn't have to. It feels good to see another installment from a well-oiled franchise which is aware of its own strengths and plays into those to deliver another solid installment. I'll take that over a legacy sequel which attempts to reinvent a series while losing everything that made it special in the first place. The Final Destination movies are comedic, and the deaths get a few great laughs from the crowd I watched it with. But most importantly, this movie understands the unique horror at the core of Final Destination. The fear of death and its portrayal of it as an inevitable force. If you've made peace with the concept of death, watching this movie will make you feel the same fear you felt as a 5-year-old when your mother first described to you the concept of death. And for that, I'm giving this one a 7 out of 10. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for weekly TV and movie reviews. And as soon as you get the chance to watch this movie, hop in the comments and let us know what you thought about it and where you would rank it with the rest of the series. I'm Cinemike, and I'll see you next time.